Matt Schlapp is?
Yes, I do. He is the head of the conservative Schmeckel Forum.
Yeah, he is. He is the.
His wife is terrible too, I think, isn't she? The whole family's bad.
Well, his wife is probably going through a lot right now. He is the chairman of the American Conservative Union. He runs CPAC. And apparently this has been rumored amongst reporters for years and years.
He's gay.
But a staffer for Herschel Walker's Senate campaign has alleged to the Daily Beast that Matt Schlapp made sustained and unwanted and unsolicited sexual contact with him while the staffer was driving Schlapp back from an Atlanta bar this October. It occurred on the night of October 19th. Schlapp groped and fondled the staffer's crotch in the staffer's car against his will after buying him drinks at two different bars. Apparently, Schlapp had traveled to Georgia for a Walker campaign event, and he said he was aware of the power dynamic with Schlapp, who is, regarded as the schlappiest person in the conservative movement.
Is he not? I thought he was. His wife was also a prominent.
Oh yeah, he's married.
She's a prominent, but isn't she also a prominent, outspoken Schmeckel herself?
Oh yeah, she is.
Mercedes Schlapp. I have some info on her. This is from her Wikipedia. In June 2020, amid the George Floyd protests against racism and police brutality, she retweeted praise for a man who was wielding a chainsaw against protesters while he was yelling the N-word. After Political asked for comment, she retweeted another account that posted the video of the chainsaw-wielding man, but which muted the N-word. After Political published the story, she apologized. Schlapp opposes same-sex marriage. She called President Barack Obama's decision to support it a political ploy. I wonder why she's so against same-sex marriage.
The staffer, in his late 30s, recalled that while he drove Schlapp back to the hotel, Schlapp put his hand on his leg, then reached over and fondled his crotch at length while he was frozen in shock. I don't know if the guy was actually driving. I guess he was driving. And Schlapp
that is a CPAC. That happens to be a CPAC initiation ceremony. So he could have been.
Right, isn't that what the Proud Boys do?
Yes, they do. They look down to see, first of all, if you're circumcised, and if you are, they give you a gold star because they're Nazis. The Proud Boys.
The guy called.
Oh, I don't want any pro Proud Boy letters coming at me.
Oh yeah, you're going to get a lot of those on this program. Calling it scarring and humiliating. Schlapp invited him to his room. Stafford declined and left as quickly as he could. And then, basically the next day, the guy got himself out of having to drive Schlapp around by telling, somebody in the Walker campaign. The Walker campaign was very responsive, apparently. But after...
the Walker campaign was responsive in what way?
In that they took him off the driving Matt Schlapp around beat.
Okay. I thought it was like Herschel Walker was like, hey, get it back in that car. And
apparently the guy, the staffer, got a call from Schlapp when the staffer got home that night, making sure that the staffer was going to pick Schlapp up in the morning. And the guy after that basically made a bunch of videos to essentially make a contemporaneous record of what had just happened, just of himself retelling the story, which he shared with at least two other people, and including his wife, the staffer's wife. And he basically said, did I do something that, what's wrong with me? In the video, Matt Schlapp of the CPAC grabbed my junk and pummeled it at length. And I'm sitting there thinking, what the hell is going on? This person is literally doing this to me, the staffer said in the video. From the bar to the Hilton Garden Inn, he has his hands on me, and I feel so effing dirty. I feel so effing dirty. I'm supposed to pick this mother effer up in the morning and just pretend like nothing happened. That's what I'm dealing with, the staffer said. This is what I got to do. And then he basically called the campaign the next day and said, I can't pick him up. The guy grabbed my junk. And they were like, okay, we'll basically tell Schlapp to screw up.
Schlapp.
And apparently, like, there are reporters who have like rumored this for a long time. And, you know, this is back 15 years ago. This was not unique at all in the Republican Party. 15, 20 years ago, this was not unique at all. You had to stay in the closet. But, you know, these days, and I guess Schlapp has to stay in the closet because, of course, he's the chair of the CPAC, and
He's denied everything, right?
he's denied everything. They're looking into legal recourses, what they have on this report. And I will bet anything I own that the legal recourse will be, we've actually just decided no legal recourse.
Well, will he get? I mean, I guess the question is, what could you do to?
Well,
to
I guess what
CPAC?
Schlapp could do would be to report this guy to the police and say he was driving while getting basically engaging in,
Right.
Manual
Consensual.
stimulation.
Right.
But I don't think that's the kind of legal recourse that Schlapp is talking about.
But he's not going to have to step down as the fascist leader of the organization.
Oh, first off, God knows how many people who are also like around him that are also closeted there at CPAC. I mean, no.
Can I do my CPAC?
It'll be completely meaningless. It'll be completely meaningless. They don't
classic
care.
CPAC joke. You ready?
Yes.
My classic, yeah. I ordered a CPAP machine, and I got a CPAC machine by mistake. And the only thing I noticed was that my breathing got racist.
Okay.
What is this? Not? Do I have to adjust my comedy for the younger set?
The CPAP, yeah,
CPAC is hilarious.
that the people love that joke at the sleep center.
You just nailed me. You just nailed me.
At the sleep center.
My prostate joke.
Wait, who
don't go over?
I don't know how we had that. We didn't have your theme song. That's what we had labeled as Andy's theme song.
You also have that's an actual recording of someone going bucket of fish. That's an actual one.
Well, God knows what they're planning right now. You can see them.
I mean, two of those guys are planning, and it still takes a long time.
Yeah, no
This is Andy's intro, yeah.
Oh, the classic. Well, I'm going to have to push back on this. I love push back's my favorite thing. Also, I like. I do a lot of work in the comedy space. That's my other favorite. We're in the talking space right now, right?
Right. No, yeah. Space. No, it would be inappropriate if you were too funny.
I want to push back on this. Matt Schlapp, I can't even play it. That's why I was not good at improv. Now say something positive about Matt Schlapp, and your person go.
Matt Schlapp is definitely, I was going to say, at least he's not racist, but I also remember that time where he was like super racist about his buddy, Michael Steele. I'm actually really curious about what Michael Steele's perspective is going to be on this, because I can't remembe exactly the details of this.
I remember the details.
But Matt Schlapp basically said something
calm down or something, right? Calm down.
No, it was more like more or less said that he was.
He basically said they had a conversation at a CPAC a few years ago, and he was basically saying that Steele couldn't really be a representative of the Republican Party or RNC leadership, because he was like, you just make everything about race. It's all about you. It's all about how you you just make everything a black thing.
Something like that. And
boy, he changed the party when he was over there, Michael Steele. Boy, he really. Thank you for fighting the good fight, Michael.
Well, that was the interesting thing. We talked to Digby about this today. In that era, the Republican Party was really sort of attempting to pretend. Exactly. And now they don't even pretend to pretend.
Oh,
the idea of the Republican Party, the chair of the Republican Party being a black person at this point, no way. I mean, they're and nobody's even taking it seriously when they nominate Donalds for Speaker of the House.
Right.
Anybody, they're come on, guys, seriously. But I wonder if Steele at that time felt any inclination to sort of say Matt, you're pretty hypocritical about some things, but we're not going to talk about that.
I don't think they did. I think Michael Steele, and I know we love him. I don't really love him. I actually don't like him that much, only because he's yelled at me on Twitter.
Oh, well,
I've
I mean, who
heckled him.
hasn't?
He's yelled at me on Twitter. He's full of whatever you can say on this show, because he used to go on. He was a guy who went on Hardball a lot. Remember? People forget how horrible TV was back in those days.
You know what? Militant Apathy says, no, it was more like you got your job because you're black. I think that's what it was. Yeah. And, I think.
Oh, God.
I don't know why you take that job if you're Michael Steele anyways, unless that's the way you got on TV, I guess. I mean, that was a career move.
Yeah, I mean, he happens to be qualified too, relative to other people who could have that job.
Right.
But yeah.
But yeah, I mean, to think the Republican Party, but I guess.
And there's so few people of color in the Republican Party. In fact, that same guy who was around with Michael Steele is still there. Ken
Blackwell?
Yes, he's been around. He's one of these people who's been
Well, he
around.
was the Ohio
forever.
Secretary of State. I don't know if he's in the, but I don't really remember. But he was the
he's in the
Ohio
Republican
Secretary of State. But maybe he moved over to the RNC.
Yeah, because he was recently involved in something where they were all.
He's a
doing
fellow
their
with the
thing.
Family Research Council.
Oh, he's in the Family Research Council.
Well, then he's doing something.
He's
that's
researching families.
All right, well,
Andy!
he's part of a group. I like when the Heritage Foundation. It's a foundation of heritage.
That's right, and we know what the heritage is.
White people.
Andy,
Andy,
so glad to
did it
connect
again,
with you.
right?
On 20. What are you talking about? So glad to
don't know.
connect with you. At the
I
beginning
love
of the
you so
year.
much, Sam. I really feel. I actually want to say this from the bottom of my heart. Yes, I may interrupt you when I speak. Yes, I may be rude and self-absorbed, which I got from my mother, who's no longer with us, but her influence still holds. Yes, I have many, many problems, and I don't even hear my own voice when I'm talking. But I just want to say that I love you very much, and I really do love you very much. I love this show very much. And this show has been, I don't really have a career, but it's been so great for the career I would have had I kept my nose to the grindstone and there was no pandemic.
If only we had done.
And remember, I always close weak, Sam. Remember that.
Andy, we love you here. So glad to see you at the beginning of this year, and I love how sentimental you're getting with each passing year. So
I think I'm close to the end, Sam. Sam, come close. I hope you at the motion picture home.
You know what
you're not
we've got to
be
do?
one
Is
of these people
we've got to
who does
get
pranks.
like a fade device so that when Andy goes off, we
Yeah, so
just
let me tell you something about this,
fades out like a slow fade.
Yeah, but you guys don't realize is that the Hardball show really was. I love you.
Andy Kindler, folks can find him at andykindler.com, but also
And
Thought
Look Smart.
Spiral and on Cameo. Buy your Cameo from Andy Kindler now. It's a deal.
Bye,
Undercutting the
everybody.
market.
I wish I could go long on Andy Kindler on Cameo right now. I'd make a fortune.
I've done a cameo for Sam Seder.
No, but I'm saying going long on it, I buy it at 35 now and then I resell it for like $60 in like 6 months.
Hopefully, I will die soon, and that could be good. I'm joking, people. Be safe out there.
All right, Andy. Thank you so much. See you, buddy.